Welcome back to the Action Rabbit introductory screencast series. And in this screencast, we are going to be going over um, activating Google Analytics to work with Action Rabbit. A couple quick things um, that you should be aware of is that you will need to install Google Analytics. We use the latest version of Google Analytics, which is called the Global Site Tag, also known as GTAG.js. That's what Action Rabbit Analytics hooks into for Google Analytics. And let's go ahead and get this turned on and see what it does. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your WordPress dashboard. Once you're at your WordPress dashboard, in the left-hand vertical navigation here underneath Jackrabbit class at the very bottom is a menu option called Google Analytics. You're going to go ahead and click that, and you're going to be brought to this screen. There's a question here that says, would you like to track Action Rabbit events in Google Analytics? And by default, it is toggled to no, but you can simply toggle this to yes. But before I do that, I'm going to show you a couple things. Let's go back. Let's hop into our Google Analytics account. If you don't have Google Analytics installed, you can go to Action Rabbit documentation and click on Google Analytics, and there's a link to a Google Get Started with Analytics help article that should get you off and running with installing Google Analytics on your school's website. So at this point, I'm going to assume that that's been done. So I'm going to jump over to Google Analytics. This is just a tester account to show you what this does. But normally, when we are brought to Google Analytics, we'll see this default dashboard here, and what I'd like you to do is in Google Analytics left-hand vertical navigation, go ahead and toggle down real time, and then head on over to events and click events. And for the best event viewing, you would click events last 30 minutes. And so leave your screen right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to our test page. You probably remember this from previous screencasts. We've just been dumping different shortcodes in here to see what they do. Currently, we have a class table shortcode, we have a class wizard shortcode, we have a class calendar shortcode, and we have a class filter using buttons here. But we can see that no events are in here right now. When I fire this up, we'll see that all of those load up. Great. We come back over here. There are still no events in here. So the very first event that is fired by Action Rabbit tools are the launch event. Google Analytics has a couple different classifications for events. A launch event is a non-engagement event, meaning the user really didn't take any action other than loading a page for something to occur. So it's a specific type of event that appears in our kind of overall events here that we're going to see in real time. So let's go over here to back over to our Jackrabbit, our Action Rabbit Google Analytics page, and let's toggle on would you like to track events in Google Analytics. Let's go ahead and say yes. We can see that that's saved. Now let's go back over here and let's fire up our tools again. You can see there go our tools. Let's jump over here and we can see that these tools have launched here. So event action launch, we launched our Action Rabbit class calendar, our Action Rabbit class filter, our Action Rabbit class table, and our Action Rabbit class wizard. those are all of the tools that we have put on this one particular page, and that's fine for right now, okay? But we are going to see some more stuff. So, for example, let's click Junior Guard Registration. That fires over to our example organization Jackrabbit class web registration form. And we can look in here that it says Action Rabbit class table. That's what we just clicked. And the user has clicked register. Okay? So that's when we clicked here. All right. Now, let's say we're using our class wizard. We could say, how old is the student? We'll say 10 plus years. Let's go back over here. And we can see that Action Rabbit class wizard has just fired an event, and that event is answered wizard question. So a question was answered on our class recommendation wizard. And on our event calendar, let's say somebody selects level 2 tadpole, Tuesday 1:30 with Kelly P, and they click register. That also opens up our example organization, the web registration form here. And we come back here and somebody's click register on the Action Rabbit class calendar. Okay. Going down a little bit farther. Let's select our location. We'll select Aliso Viejo Aquatic Center here for our class filter. And we can see that Action Rabbit class filter, a location has been selected. Let's go back over here. Let's click LTS Perpetual. See if we get an event here. And we can see that the Action Rabbit class filter has logged an event, category selected. And let's go back here and let's click level 2 tadpole. All right, let's see if we get an event from our class filter. And we do. We have Action Rabbit class filter category selected and Action Rabbit class filter display classes. Very nice. So what if we click register for level 2 tadpole here? Again, that opens up for our example organization in a web registration form. And we can see that Action Rabbit class filter, somebody has clicked register. Okay? So we are getting our logged events from Action Rabbit directly into our Google Analytics account. Okay? So for more advanced or people that understand Google Analytics, you can set up goals to track this, you know, from the beginning to the end. If you're wanting to set up a goal that defines events from launch to display classes in your class filter, or when people click register on the various calendars, or when, let's go back here, let's go to our class wizard, and let's say, can the student glide off the wall? Let's click yes, and let's see, we should get a event from, there it is. So we got two events, Action Rabbit class wizard answered a wizard question, and Action Rabbit class wizard, the wizard recommended a class. Okay? So let's say we want to track the class wizard launch to class wizard recommended a class. You could set up a goal for that, and that goal will appear in your standard analytics. But right now I'm just showing you the real-time view so you can see these events being logged in real time here. So for proof of concept, so that you see this working. Okay? The next step, if you would like to track e-commerce analytics, will be in the next screencast. But this is the first analytics screencast going over standard Action Rabbit events being pushed through to Google Analytics. And I will see you in the next screencast.